This is the station you hear in stores and offices.
In just about every place a radio is allowed.
Zed
101.9.
You're tuned in to Zed 101.9 FM. Your lifestyle, leisure, and business radio.
Gadget geeks, this is Zed Tech on Zed 101.9 FM with the one and only Delpy. Get ready to tickle your funny bone and charge up your brain cells every Wednesday from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m.
Zed Tech on the 101.9 FM hosted by Delpy from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Zed Tech on the 101.9 FM hosted by Delpy from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Zed Tech on the 101.9 FM hosted by Delpy from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Zed Tech on the 101.9 FM hosted by Delpy from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. On your lifestyle, leisure, and business radio. 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 Zed Tech on the 101.9 FM hosted by Delpy from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Zed Tech on the 101.9 FM hosted by Delpy from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. On your lifestyle, leisure, and business radio. Zed Tech on the 101.9 FM hosted by Delpy from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Zed Tech on the 101.9 FM hosted by Delpy from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. On your lifestyle, leisure, and business radio. 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 On your lifestyle, leisure, and business radio.
Yes, it's Wednesday. It's another hot Wednesday afternoon, and it's time for some hot technology for all of you tuned in to Zed 101.9 FM. My name is Delpy, and I'm going to be your host for the next hour. We're going to have an insightful conversation, and I have a wonderful and amazing guest here today. We will go for a music break before we dive right into the conversation. However, I want to remind you that pretty much soon, the government is going to open up the SIM registration exercise and is requiring everyone to register. The thing is, this time around, our minister is saying it's more biometric and it has never been done anywhere before. So do not presume it's the normal SIM registration exercise. But this is more important because the level at which fraud cases are rising, I think this is the best way to curb it. So keep that on your calendars and expect this to be open pretty soon, that we will be going back to re-register our SIM cards. But if anything, please make sure you're following us on social media and check our website out at www.zmultimedia.com, or you can follow us on social media at ZFMGH for Instagram, Facebook, and X, and Zed Multimedia for TikTok and YouTube, or ZTV for those of you on YouTube. I'm going for a quick music break. When we come back, we'll dive into the conversation with Miss Akosia Osei. Stay tuned and don't go anywhere. Today's conversation is a very important one to me because as somebody who dabbles around technology and is a tech content creator, I've come to realize that technology is not being utilized properly to help create opportunities for people in our world. So today we're going to have a conversation around how the youth can use technology to build opportunities for the next generation, because it's very, very important. And I have here in the house, in the studio with me, Miss Akosia Osei, who is the founder of B Tech Connected and the curator of Future of Work event. I would like to introduce her, but she's a big person. I'm receiving threats already. I'm receiving threats to take care of her very well. So if I wouldn't want to be the bad person. Anyway, Akosia, can you please introduce yourself and tell us more about who you are?
Okay, sure. Thank you, Delphi, for the opportunity. It's been a lot of invitation from Zed, but I'm finally here. Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak to your community, and I just want to thank your general manager, Isinam, for making this happen as well.
Big shout out to Isinam.
Yes. So a bit about myself. I mean, in the tech ecosystem, I'm pretty much known because of the work I do.
Right.
But in corporate, I do business development and tech sales. So my forte in business development has to do with partnership, strategy, market research, market penetration and expansion. And so I work with tech companies, and currently I'm focused on the Web3 companies. So I do consult for Web3 companies. So I'm that big on Web3. And now that there's a passage of law, I'm more happy and excited because I know we can freely talk about stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah. I also run a nonprofit called the Be Tech Connected, where we are empowering young people for the future of work. So basically, we are equipping them with the skills and knowledge for the future of work. And we do that through a vehicle called the Future of Work event, which is our annual event. We started in 2023, and since inception, we've impacted over 6,000 people across 5+ countries. I say 5+ countries because people ask, you are in Ghana here, so how? But because of the kind of speakers we have on our event, we've had, people joining from Kenya. We've had people joining from SA, UK, US. Ghana here as well. Yeah, so thank you for having me, and it's a pleasure to be here.
That's a solid portfolio, if you ask me.
Thank you.
That's so nice. I'm curious about Web3. I know we are going to talk about a lot more. I'm somebody who's, I lean towards Web3 a little bit.
Interesting.
But generally, I think when people hear Web3, they are mostly... The first thing to think of is cryptocurrency, but I know there's more beyond that.
Exactly.
There's blockchain technology. There's things people are looking at. How does the Web3 space look like in our side of the world?
In our side of the world, when people think about Web3, they think about money.
Yeah, quick money.
Exactly, quick money. That's the misconception we have. Even though there are various use cases, and Web3 is tech.
Yeah.
Just as in Web2, which most people are conversant with, which has its use cases, like how we have edtech, we have prop tech, we have health tech and all that. Those use cases also feature in Web3. But then there's an infrastructure, a technology called blockchain. So the misconception as to let me make money quick through Web3, it's sad because a lot of people have been scammed through that mindset or through that medium. So I would urge people to be very much open-minded when it comes to Web3 conversations. It's not about money. It's literally an ecosystem that you can equally position yourself for money, for growth, for building your businesses, and for expansion. Yeah, thank you.
But okay, we'll come back to Web3.
Sure.
Let's dive into the conversation for today. How can I use technology to create job opportunities for myself or even people around me? How do you think this is, and how easy can it be done?
So this is something I always say, tech is an enabler. So with the mobile phone, you're a techie.
Yeah.
But usually people think if I'm a techie, that's when I'm a graphic designer, I'm a software developer, I'm a software engineer. But that's like another level in tech where you work in tech. And so you are 24/7, you are doing everything with tech tools. But in our age, everybody's a techie once you have a smart mobile phone. And with your question, you are a tech content creator. Literally with a smartphone, a lot of people are making money by leveraging AI tools to create websites, to create graphic design. So they come and say, I can do graphic design. Pay me for it. Some people do not even have the skill. A lot of people actually, but they go on an AI tool and then they just put in a simple prompt and then there's the image and they get paid for that. So that's one of the ways you can leverage tech to make money. Another angle is when I feel like tech also gives us the avenue to learn beyond what we know. And so even if you're not working in tech, with respect to the roles I mentioned, like graphic design, software engineering, whatever field you are in, agriculture, you can literally learn how to leverage tech in your agriculture to make your business expand or to make you relevant to your target audience. Yeah.
So that creates extra job opportunities.
Exactly.
In the sense that you need people who would handle that technology.
Yes.
Then you can also do your stuff.
You can do your stuff yourself. Yes. I mean, a time before we didn't know like content creation would be a thing.
No, nobody did.
But there are people making bags
even up
yourself.
to now. People still don't believe, they don't see it as a job.
Exactly. But it's a full-time job.
Yeah.
And people are making a lot of money from it. You're a use case, right? Maybe after I'll take some of your money.
I've known guys. I don't know what she's talking about.
No, but that's to just say that tech has made everybody. Tech is like the new oil now. With a proper skill, well positioned, you could literally change your life. I've had people in my community that within a span of 1 year, they got jobs and that they are living good now.
They're living good.
Because tech pays you well.
Yeah.
And it's even more rewarding when you're positioned to work with global companies. Because again, there's no competition on the market.
Yeah.
Because most Ghanaians are not wired to work with global companies. So in Web3, we can have one person working with about 4 blockchain companies. And you could earn at least $1,000. Even if they don't want to pay you $500
a month. And that's like not even down to the average amount people earn in a month here in Ghana. And this is remote. You don't even have to go
remote. And sometimes you can equally be given like a volunteer gig and you pay like $200 per, and that's not even 24 hours, like maybe an hour or two. This is suggested that people have to be open-minded when it comes to Web3, as you said. It's not about get rich quick, but you understanding the ecosystem and position yourself gives you the leverage to make money beyond just like the coins and the swaps and the which coin is swapping in.
Let's come back to Web3 now. I'm interested. How does one get into something like that? Like somebody wants to go into Web3 now. There are a few people watching on TikTok and online or listening on radio too as well. I don't know anything about Web3, but I want to go into it. I want to understand, try that career path. What do I do?
I think I've been asked this question severally on so many panels I've been. I mean, just last week and on Saturday as well. So one way to do that is to join communities. Now there are tech communities that are also focusing on conversations on Web3. Before it was mainly on Web2 conversations, but now we have tech companies that they have expanded to train people in Web3. So skills in Web3. So it's either you are joining a community that is mainly focused on Web3 or it's a Web2 community like mine, but we still have offers in Web3 for people who are interested in the space. Okay. So I always sell that because sometimes learning on your own can be very tough. And your learning curve might be different from somebody else. But in a community, you feel like there are a couple of people who are like-minded like you. You are all learning something. And so in the moments of difficulty, you are able to, if I give up, Delphi is learning. If I give up, Akosia is learning. Yes. So there's that community to guide you to push through. Even online courses. People start with that zeal and like in a matter of 2 weeks, they just dump the courses elsewhere. But if you are, and I always use this example, I feel like in the university, for instance, I did a combined major. It was strictly a science course, which was biochemistry, cell and molecular biology.
I did laboratory technology.
It was thick science. There were times, I remember level 3 and F1, I used to tell my mother that I want to stop. She would be like, we are paying school fees, you can't stop.
You can't stop.
And because I knew there was a community watching, I couldn't just get up and say, I'm leaving the school.
Obviously.
So that's what community does for you. It puts you in a position of accountability. You know, people ask you, you started this thing. Why? What's up? That's why we encourage people to even share their learning journeys online. So that when you feel like giving up, you remember that, hey, they are waiting for your insights on your learning journey. So I always sell the route of community. Like try and join a community and make sure you learn. And you can be in a community and be isolated. Be in a community and make sure you're asking the right questions or you're talking to the right people. Yeah, thank you.
Beautiful. That's like, so the community in itself motivates you to keep going.
Exactly.
One way or the other.
Yes.
Wonderful. Anyway, let's go back to the conversation. When it comes to, technology and jobs, we know schools are like the major faculty for some of these things. So what role would you say schools and university play, especially when it comes to equipping the youth with digital skills? Because now digital skills is tech is like so what role do the schools play in this, and if there's any advice for them?
So I think let's go back to like inception. Our kind of education doesn't wire people to think for themselves, to be self-started, to be critical thinkers, to learn on their own. And that's the issue people are facing now out of school.
True and poor.
Exactly. So you tell somebody that go and learn a skill and build a career, and they're asking so many questions because they've not been taught to learn for themselves or to reason for themselves. Because from primary, they are giving you notes. You are chewing what you've written to come and write. So there's not an opportunity for you to think, to produce something. And I always preach through the IB system because I once taught in the IB system. The IB schools do not tell you that photosynthesis is what. They guide you to come to a conclusion. So at the end of the day, you've worked your mind to get the answer. So at any point in time, it's not what you saw in your textbook. It's out of your reasoning. So even if you see something, you can relate it to photosynthesis. So I always say that the school has a major role to play in how our curriculum is structured. There are some private schools doing a good job, like Ashesi, Academic City, that they are combining courses that are industry focused and tech related. Yeah. But if you went to a school like my University of Ghana, where even if you are studying computer engineering, it's like you are studying something else, you have to do the work of learning for yourself. And that's where the challenge is. So I think we have to review our curriculum and make it industry focused. And again, our curriculum should be designed in a way that our students come out of school and they're not consumers, but producers. And it's a way of teaching and a way of learning. The way we've structured our curriculum to teach and for students to learn, I'm sorry to say, it would be a recurring problem, even for years to come. Up until we change our system of learning and our system of teaching, I think we are going nowhere with this problem. So that's where, like, we have to start from the root as to how we teach and how students consume information, and also structure our curriculum to be industry focused. Someone wants to find out what's IB, the IB. So IB is, I'll get the full name, but it has to do with the inter-curriculum baccalaureate. I'll get the full name, yes. But it's a system that the Cambridge schools use. Yeah. So a typical school like Cornerstone International, they use the IB system. Yeah. Okay, and that's like making you understand things properly than so it's different from the Ghanaian curriculum. Yeah. So you don't tell a student that maybe a boy is a boy. I don't know how to put it, but you guide them through their. So, for instance, I want to teach you photosynthesis. Yeah. I ask you, have you heard about photosynthesis? The name sounds familiar, right? What do you know about photosynthesis? Yeah. Are you sure? Okay. What about this? So, at the end of the day, even if you teach them that photosynthesis is blah blah blah, they have thought through. So they help you with critical thinking. Exactly. So I tell people that you don't blame our Gen Zs and our young people for not being active at the workplace because our curriculum doesn't train them to be such. Somebody cannot go through university, JHS, primary in a system where they are taught to consume, and when they are out of school, automatically they are not supposed to produce. Because the school is supposed to shape us all. Like they ask you to draw a rabbit and label the parts. Like you tell me to draw a cockroach and label the parts and frogs, and now I'm out of school and you expect me to come and be thinking about how to be closing deals and things. It doesn't work. There's no critical thinking. There's no critical thinking, Yeah. I wanted to find out from where you sit, right? If somebody wants to go into tech or somebody wants to get a job in tech, because that's what many people are looking for. I know I have people reaching out to me if I have a side hustle they can do. And then majority of the time when you probe into it, what they are looking for is like a survey they can complete or, a link they can just tap and then do some small side jobs and get some money, But I try to preach to them that I don't see the end game with this. Right. This does not fetch you enough money to be sustainable. Exactly. So it's best to learn a skill. Yes. So my question is, from where you sit, what do you think are some of the readily available skills in tech that people can, if they have that skill, there's this level of assurance that you can easily get a job either remotely, online, or even in person, in a way of advice to people just so they can pursue such programs in tech. Because you did biomedical engineering. And biochemistry, cell and molecular biology. Exactly. But you're probably not using it. I haven't used it before. I haven't used it before. I was having this conversation with my mom the last time. There's only about like 30 or 50% of Ghanaians that are using whatever degree they studied in school. Absolutely. Now, majority of us are doing different things. Yeah. So, yes, what is your standpoint on this? That's a good question, but I don't tell people that go and learn graphic design, go and learn technical writing. Yeah. I always tell people that look at what comes to you naturally and then see how their skills in tech are relatable to that. Let me explain. If you're a good writer, automatically you'll be good in content creation, in terms of content writing. Copywriting, because it's a talent or it's a skill. What you have to do is to learn the basics, or should I say, for lack of a better word, principles that govern whatever you're writing about. So there are a lot of content creation in tech. There are certain things you can't write. It wouldn't relate in tech. No. So you have to learn. If you want to be a tech content creator, you have to learn the science of being a tech content creator.
Yeah.
But the beauty of it is I can write very well. So it's not a struggle.
That is not a problem.
Once I understand what tech is, I can write well and get audience for that, right? Another angle is I'm a salesperson. Naturally, I'm a salesperson at heart.
Yeah.
I can convince you to give you your house. I mean, if you have a car, I'll take it. I mean,
I have to be scared of you. Yeah.
but so when I wanted to break into tech,
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it wasn't a matter of do I want to break into tech. Right from my entry level, I was working in a tech organization.
Oh.
So that I was just exposed to the ecosystem. And so it was a matter of, okay, I love what I'm doing, so let me build up from there. But in the case where you now want to branch, if you are naturally a salesperson, it means you have to go for tech sales, maybe customer success. Anything related to you selling or people facing would be good for you. The catch is learn what you need to learn in that field to better sell. So if it's tech sales and I'm working with, say, Microsoft, I need to learn Microsoft's products and services. But then naturally, because I have the skill, once I get the basics on the understanding of the products and the services, I can easily sell. So then I don't have to struggle in the role. But if you don't do all these assessments and it's a matter of sorry, this is where the money is coming from. You'll be frustrated.
It, yeah.
So people go like, I can't code. If I can't code, can I do tech? I've never coded. In fact, I don't even like it. But I'm also working in non-technical side of tech, which equally pays me well. And so I'm comfortable to say that I want to stay in tech.
What was that?
And tech sales and business development.
Tech sales, yeah.
Exactly,
Sure,
yeah. So it's not just about the technical side of tech. The non-technical side also pays. The content writing, the copywriting, the tech sales, consumer success. Now they said AI specialist, AI integration specialist. All these things, you don't necessarily need like coding skills. It's even scary that now we have AI tools. You're always telling us how to leverage tools.
Definitely.
We have AI tools creating websites that people don't not necessarily have to learn languages to code.
I have a video about that if I've not uploaded it.
Exactly. Yeah. So now there's even an opportunity for you to leverage your non-technical side to make money. So just assess your skills, your strength, and ask yourself that, okay, these are the things I can freely do. Which skill in tech can I learn or take courses in or be in a bootcamp for? And afterwards, intern with the company and get some experience and then apply to companies. And I think it's an easy entry because tech is difficult, regardless of how rewarding it is. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. If you work in tech, you always have to be abreast with the times. I mean, I'm sure you're always reading. You have to be updating yourself. And in the advent of AI, you can't afford to sleep. Yeah. Because tomorrow you can go and your boss will tell that now there's an AI tool that can do your job. So should we keep you or should we let you go? Yeah. But the beauty is, if I'm using the AI tool, I'll tell my boss, there's an AI tool, but I can use it. So why not I use it well? Because you can't use the tool. So that's why I tell people that it's not like AI will take our jobs. AI will take people that they are not leveraging AI jobs. But people who are leveraging AI, you already have you're in the right direction. You have an upper hand. So in no way would AI take your jobs. But I also say that in sales, AI cannot take my job. And I'm so confident because I'm yet to identify a tool that can go beyond just writing cold emails and trying to send emails. And because sales has to do with psychology. Especially in a people-facing job. Yeah. An AI cannot come and sell to Delphi in person. No. Somebody has to do it. Yeah. Unless maybe we take sales from people-facing to now, it's mainly behind screens. Digital. Even with that, I have leveraged AI to write cold emails that it didn't really work for me, so I have to polish it. Because at the end of the day, you are human, and you know what takes people. Chat will give you like code email template and all that. But at the end of the day, you need to tweak it to suit whoever you are writing to. So that's the catch.
Beautiful. So basically, don't just chase the fact that UI UX is getting people money, so you're going to do it. Secondly, don't just... No, I'm trying to reiterate on what you're saying.
I think he's talking to me.
No. So I'm saying that, don't just chase UI UX because it's what is making you money. It's what you think is making people money. Don't just chase graphic design because you think it's what is making people money, so you're also going to do it. The truth is, you need to find what you're good at and find a field in tech that you can do. Because
Exactly.
I've personally, I've had a time where I was like, maybe I should learn some software engineering. Because I learned how to program with Python. You know?
Wow.
I learned how to build websites with
You try.
HTML, CSS.
Try.
I did some JavaScript. I even have Visual Studio Code. You know.
I see.
Yeah. But yeah, generally, I think this is a very good baseline to get started into where to find yourself in technology.
Exactly.
There are risks.
A lot.
There are barriers. There's a barricade when it comes to technology or relying heavily on technology.
Right, there is.
How can we manage this?
Good question. I think this has to be more personal than just like a collective effort. It has to be more personal than a link to my... Thank you. So I think it's more personal than a collective effort. Reason being that, for instance, when it comes to the use of AI tools, there are people that depend on AI for everything, which is not bad. But it's a challenge when you don't think and AI is thinking for you every time. So you put in a prompt for maybe an email, you don't even read, you just lift and paste and send. That's where the problem is. No checks. And that's where I feel like we need to take ownership of the use of these tools. That's what I'm saying. It's more personal than collective. Because if individually we are being conscious of the fact that it's an AI tool, but then again, I'd also try to think and polish it with AI, it's much easier. So I think it's more of a personal thing than a collective. There are problems that collectively we need to solve. An example is, say, how our curriculum is structured. I mean, the government comes out to say they are training 1 million coders.
Yeah.
I'm on air, so I won't go there. So it's there are issues that they are collective, but then when it comes to the nitty-gritties of things, I think that personally we need to do the work here.
We need to do the work.
Yeah.
And I agree with you on... So, recently, again, we're coming back to our university.
Please don't go to 1 million code.
No, I'm not going there. I'm not going there. There was a time where they said WASI results were leaked. Sorry, they had to recheck the WASI results because apparently the students copied. And what they did was they actually lifted the entire conversation and dumped it into the answers. They were writing it all.
Crazy.
Whatever. They didn't proofread, check. So
no, they don't have the time.
The answer says the AI said this. Oh, sorry. You see, when you're using ChatGPT as an example, when you prompt it, it gives you a response that's before the actual response.
Exactly.
They added everything. They didn't proofread.
No due diligence.
To check. Yeah, I use these platforms a lot. I use them in my day-to-day activity. I don't know if I should even go ahead to build up and then become an AI specialist or something.
I think you should
take a course or something.
Are
there courses for things like that?
Oh, they are online, yeah. And trust me, AI specialists is a thing now, because now companies are employing people to help them build systems to make them AI adaptable. So you can, it's one of the hot cake now. So you can pay attention to it.
I studied laboratory technology, like I said, and I've always thought, people don't know this, but I have an HND certificate. It's not even a degree. I've always thought, maybe should I top up? Should I do something? Or should I do something related to what I'm doing now?
Get it,
and I've not really found
what to focus on. Makes sense.
Because it's like I'm chasing the wind. I'm following the wind. Everybody's doing something in this. But that is not what I'm doing now. So how do I build up to have a certification for this thing so that it doesn't I don't fade off?
Right.
Because eventually if you just have HND, you have to...
you have to. Yeah, you have to.
But how do I then find something? Because like you're not using your certificate.
No. Obviously.
Probably. So we have to find this new trend of it. Let's talk a little bit about AI.
Sure.
You are heavy into it.
Yes, I do. I'm not an AI expert. I always try to make that clear. I'm not an AI expert. In fact, you people come for an interview, I run away because I don't want to speak from. I don't speak from AI from a policy perspective. I speak about AI from a user.
Okay.
So I can. So let's stay at that level.
Okay. You gave a few examples of how AI could be used to leverage, and you don't need to be employed by a company to start working. You can quickly just
start
be
something on your own.
Yeah. Just a quick one. 2 or 3 avenues that you think people should look at with AI that they can use and start a freelancing occupation? Like, again, you're not going to advise them to pick a specific thing, but which avenues, which areas would you, if you had a chance, would you advise people to say, you focus on this, do that?
So this is not even AI to make the work easy for them. Again, Delphi, AI is an enabler. It's a tech, like it's a tech to help people easily work.
Yeah.
But let's not even go to AI. Community building.
Yeah.
Community building is one of is the least rules in Web3, but people are making as high as $1,500 a month.
Ooh.
And I'm not kidding. The least maybe the company won't pay you be $500. And do you know what you are doing? Especially when it comes to Web3 companies penetrating into the country, most of them, they want to get known by the people in their country.
Yeah.
And so they start through the route of community building. Because now you do meetups. Even for the meetups, they send you money to do them. It's not your salary they are using it for, right? I'm on air. I can't say certain things. If you come and see me, I'll give you a call.
I'll see you.
But all I'm trying to say is this, like a role like community building, all you are trying to do is bring people together to understand their product or service. So it's either you are doing that on a WhatsApp platform, or you are doing that on a Discord platform, or whatever platform they are comfortable. In Web3, they use Telegram. Exactly. Yeah. So you are there, just understand the community. Just understand the company, their offerings for the market.
Yeah.
Just be doing Twitter spaces. Tell people about it. Throw the link out there. Let them join. Do an AMA. Ask me anything. Weekly, monthly. Try to tease their mind. Make the community grow. As the community is growing, you can build up from there. Where now you identify certain needs of the community. So from community building, you are translating into business development. Let me explain.
Right.
Now you tell the company that I am in this country and this is what I do.
Yeah.
I think your product needs to focus on this. So now you are advising them on how they can better suit the markets that they want to sell in.
Yes.
Every Web3 company comes to a new market to sell.
Yes.
But the catch is they understand that when it comes to Africa, the rate of adoption is very low. Very low. So they don't even come with the mindset of profits from the beginning.
Not at all.
They want people to know them. So sometimes they even start by teaching them Web3, blockchain, because you need to learn the technology before you can appreciate their product. So again, if you've schooled yourself on Web3, blockchain and stuff, I entered the role and I didn't know jack about Web3. Like, it was a mentor who literally got the offer and was like, I don't need this back because I want to put you on. Wow. And that was my first role. That was in 2022. I remember then I was paying $1,200 for Delphi, something I didn't know jack about, like, because it was just an opportunity I got. So I just had to learn the space. And 2022 was when the dollar was 18, 17, 19, 20. Like, it was just going up and down. And I was
billionaire time for
I remember, but now I'm broke. Events has taken my money. But you see, I remember my mom drew my attention to something. She was like, this job you are doing, you and I know you are not putting too much effort. Because Delphi, it's something about the phone. Just have the community online, engage them with learning stuff about the community, about Web3. You won't use 24 hours to do that. But at the end of the month, I'm paid. The only thing is, maybe this month I send them my strategy, I'll do an event. Okay, let us know your budget. They send the money. Even on top, the apex aside, because when you use the money, there'll be some. They can say, keep it. So these are like things that you don't, it's not even rocket science. That you have to rock your mind to learn and say that I really want to start, like, I have to go and code and things. So I tell people that you can look at that angle. Now, coming back to AI, go to Claude or Chat and ask Claude. List your skills to Claude. Maybe talking, writing, list everything and tell Claude that which tech skills do you think I can play best with these skills I have naturally? It will suggest to you. And I feel like that's the beauty of AI. AI can actually tell you even how to use it. So like you go on Claude, say, how do I use it? Claude will tell you, use me this way. You will get, and that's the beauty of AI. So you don't necessarily have to call yourself that I'm an AI engineer, I'm an AI integration, like
a lot of words.
It's just a tool. Leverage it like in the basic way. Use it. Play with it. Sometimes I can have like recently I just sometimes when I'm bored, I have chats with my AI. I go like, Charlie, I'm bored. Oh, what's up? Like I'm just playing. And I'll take screenshots and I'll put on my status. I'm chatting with like an AI too. Because it's just a tool to work and play with.
Yeah.
People have a lot of misconceptions about tech. One, they feel like it's too difficult because their minds are more on the technical side, which is the coding. I don't like coding, so I don't even sell it to people because coding is tough. Machine learning is tough. Data analytics to me is tough. But me, I identify my skills early enough. I can talk, so I'll sell.
Yeah.
I know people relations, so I can do partnerships.
Yeah.
Strategy comes to me naturally, so I can do partnerships.
Yeah.
I can do strategy. So just look at your skills and then look at what skill in tech that can help you. Yeah.
You don't necessarily need a technical skill, guys.
You don't need a technical skill.
I want to ask the people listening to us live and on radio, would you quit your current job if you're being paid $1,200 a month? Just let me know in the comments. Are you going to quit your current job if you were getting paid $1,000? Let's just do 1,000, right? $1,000 a month. Are you quitting your job? Let me know in the comments. Akusia, what are some of the policies that are needed to make sure technology supports inclusion, especially for girls?
The question again, sorry, I missed that.
So what policies do you think are needed to make sure technology is supporting inclusion, especially for our girls?
Policies.
Yes, please.
I don't think there are any barriers to getting young girls in tech. And I'm a bit biased, even though I'm a lady, when we have conversations about women empowerment in tech.
Yeah.
Because it's a decision that one has to take. The truth is, Delphi, even in Web3, they are open to having more women than men. But where are the women?
They've always assumed that tech is for men.
Exactly.
You know,
tech generally has biases towards women. I know you know that, right?
Yeah.
Generally, tech has biases towards women. But it's the decision of young girls or women to say that this is what I want to do. It's not a matter of policy because you can't force people to be in tech. There are so many opportunities, like so many programs, so many boot camps. But when you look at the ratio of girls to boys or men to women, the men are still more. There are cases where they will say that maybe there's a higher chance for women, but still men will show up. I did an event last week. I said for women, but men were asking me, can we come? And we actually had some of them come.
Yeah.
So generally, there are no barriers to women entering into tech. The only problem is in certain male-dominated environments, women are looked down upon, and that's the issue we need to tackle, not the barrier of women entering into tech. And I feel like that also feeds into, should I say that feeds into discouraging women from coming to tech, because now they feel like in a company I might be the only woman, right? The culture is not women friendly or girls friendly because they see more women, and so they end up treating the woman like a man. So they don't make things available for a woman to feel like I'm accepted or needed in this space. I would identify those as barriers. But when it comes to you having to get the skill, working in the field, I think it's generally worldwide, tech is biased towards women. But we need to, in when it comes to the workplace and the way women are treated in tech, that's what we have to look at.
That's what we have to look at. It's a very important thing because every time we say there's bias, women think it's for men, and it's not just the mentality, because it's actually the work environment and the experience. Because because it's like it's well, you are more used to, the companies are more used to men being in that space. So when even when women come in there, they're still treating them like how they would treat the men.
Because it's true. So that's what we have to look at, how we structure our company portfolios, our cultures, our workforce, it has to be women inclusive. I think that would probably make women more comfortable to enter into the space. Because even if I enter into I remember, so my organization, one of our board members, Madame Solis, she was on our event and she was talking about the fact that when she started working, I mean, she's an engineer. When she started working, there were times where they were on the field and they were expecting her to be climbing ECG. She was working with ECG. They were expected to be climbing poles and stuff. And she had to tell them that, please, even if women can do what men do, I can't do this one.
This one, yeah.
That's a typical example of they even forget that you're a woman.
Yeah. What?
Like, you need to climb with us.
Climbing a light pole for.
Exactly.
Yeah. So there should be, even though, like, you know, there's supposed to be that space for women, there should be systems for women to...
Exactly. That makes women feel comfortable and accepted in the space.
Yeah. You mentioned mentor. So I want us to wrap it up. This is the final section with mentorship.
Sure.
How as somebody you've had a mentor, or you still have a mentor?
I have mentors.
You have mentors, good. Yes. So you don't, it's not even just
exactly
one. How does that play a crucial? Do you think that plays a crucial role in finding yourself in tech?
Very much.
And picking a job opportunity. And what advice would you give to people who are looking up to mentors or wanting some form of mentorship?
Very much. I will say that before you go for a mentor, make sure you know what you want to do. Because people go to mentors and they want to have them as life coaches. It doesn't work.
There's a difference, eh?
There's a difference.
I've never thought about it.
There's a difference. So someone comes in Sarkosia mentor me and they want me to figure their lives for them.
Yeah, everything
for them as to what they should do, where they should go. You will never see the relevance in mentorship. Yeah. But in my case, where from the word go, I mean, as a young person, I had my doubts, but I also knew what I wanted to do. In cases where I knew what I wanted to do, and I approached a mentor, it was easier. They could guide me. They could lead me. For a matter of fact, right through to getting into Web3, it was through a mentor. I mean, I shared that. Right through to doing our very first Future of Work event, Akosia Nobel was behind me. Yeah. She helped me with that. Shout out to Akosia. So that's the role of mentors. Yeah. And like I have had various I remember, so shout out to Papa Akes. There are times when I found myself in spaces and I'm observing something or I gave a delivery and then Papa will text me back there and say that next time make sure you add this because this is what will convince them. That's the power of mentorship because mentors have gone ahead of you and they understand the spaces that you are now in or you are now rising in. So they can tell you that I did this before and it didn't work, so make sure you don't do the same thing. So I would urge our young people that in as much as we campaign for mentorship, make sure that you know what to do so that you are not a burden to the mentor because it's a relationship. Mentor-mentee is a relationship. And the value of a relationship is what you give, not what you get. And so if you go into the relationship with the mindset of I want to learn, I want to take, and you haven't figured yourself out to also add to your mentor, they'll get tired.
Yes.
I mean, Delphi relates.
I run away from mentorship a lot because I've come to realize I do have a few people that I like.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
They understand what mentorship is, but I used to run away from it because my mind is like whenever somebody says mentor me, it just means that
figure my life for me,
hold my hand and then do this and that
exactly,
for me.
Yeah.
They don't give you the breathing space to actually focus on yourself too as well.
And it's bad.
Yeah, which can be very overwhelming sometimes. So I used to run away from mentorship until I found the people that like really understood what mentorship is like. Right. So maybe they're stuck somewhere like, yo, I forgot to do this. Can you help me figure it out? Then and then they're done. They go figure the things out themselves until they are locked again on something and they come back.
Yes.
So that makes it easier because then I can also focus on myself and what I'm doing.
Yes.
Than, be holding your hand to picture with you and stuff. You know what I mean? Yes.
I get
you. You're definitely right. Someone is asking on TikTok, what did he say? When is your next community?
Well, the person means my next events, right? Because my community is there.
That's what, and also the name of your community. I'm pretty sure.
So it's Be Tech Connected. So I think I'll share stuff with you so you can broadcast it to your community and they can join. Yeah. But our next event is on 27th March. That's the launch of our Future of Work Africa podcast. Okay. But that is going to be strictly by invitation because of the kind of people we want there. But again, it will be aired. Yes. But we have our Future of Work, which is our annual event, come off every year. And the next edition, I mean, this year's edition, which is our third, is happening on 22nd August. Yes. So please stay glued to our social media platforms for more information. Be Tech Connected. So Be Tech Connected together.
They search it on social media anyway.
They'll find us everywhere.
I want you to tell us.
Our website is www.betechconnected.com. I mean, once you even go there, you can join our socials from the website.
So I want you to tell us that's your startup, right? Or you'd say
that's my non-profit.
Non-profit.
Startup when maker into me startup.
Just give me a brief overview of what it's about, why you built it, just so we end the show with it, and then again, social media handles again.
Yes. So I think I have been heavy on helping people. I mean, I'm a helper at heart. I love to contribute to people's cause, to support them. And when I was at the university, I was in the international hostel. And the course I was doing, I had some international students always come in, and then they happened to be doing that course. And because they are new to Ghana, they were always with me. Akosia, like, in school, I wasn't using Akosia, but that name, I'm not using it, so I even mention it. But so they'll go like, Akosia, help me, like, blah, blah, blah. So I became close to most of them. And even our church too, we are heavy on evangelism. So we used to go and talk to people. I mean, when you're bringing people to church, like, they become more like your...
Which church do you attend?
Now I go to Empowerment Worship Center. No. Please, you can join us at the Prayer Factory. That's just by the way. But so that's how it started. So I just realized I love to help people. But also I realized that in my field of work, it was easy to recommend people for jobs, because I had friends say that, Akosia, I'm looking for this person for this role, blah, blah, blah. So because of that, we built the Be Tech Connected community, which we started on WhatsApp, and it was more about sharing opportunities, how people can leverage LinkedIn and all that. But I also realized that people were not prepared for the opportunities. So we decided to push structure to it, and then start some virtual trainings and onboarding. And now we are a big community that we are impacting people across Africa.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for doing something like that, because it's very insightful.
Thank you too, Delphi. Thank you.
Your last statement, any advice for anybody who is still at home, not getting a job, wanting to break into tech? What would you tell them?
Take ownership of your journey in your life. Just think about it. Take ownership. If you take ownership, if there's no job, you find a job for yourself. Because now there are so many tools. There's the internet. You can literally set yourself up. In a span of 1 year, it will be as though, where did I go to? Where did I come from? There are tech communities you can join, but in summary, take ownership of your life and act. Thank you.
Take ownership of your life and act. That was the beautiful Akosia. And we did have a very insightful conversation. I'm really glad that I had this conversation. I'm hoping that I can have more of this, more of these, because they changed the narrative of having to wait for the government to get you a job when you're unemployed. And like he said, you take ownership, right? You don't just say that the government has not given me a job, so I wouldn't do it. Take ownership. Tell yourself that I'll get a job for myself, regardless. I'm not saying that I don't condone, you know what I mean. That sums it up for the session and the segment today. My name is Delphi. You are listening to the Zed Tech Show, and we've been talking a lot about. Akosia, there was a comment here for you. I almost forgot. He said, "Hey, Akosia, then you are rich, showing us the way is good. We'll join you soon." It's coming.
The money's finished.
It's coming from Bilson Ogoy Kenneth. I don't know if you know him.
That's my boss actually at work.
That's beautiful. I see. He'll join you soon. That's interesting. But that brings us to the end of the show today. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you're listening to us on radio, thank you so much for doing so. And make sure to follow us on social media at ZFMGH on Instagram, Facebook, and X, and on ZTV, on YouTube. It's ZTV. Our TikTok handle is also ZFMGH or Z Multimedia. You can search us up. Please visit our website for more insights, more information, and more articles on tech, or even in Ghana as well, at www.zmultimedia.com. I'm Delphi. Thanks for tuning in. Do not change your dial, because Styx is going to bust your ears with some good music from the Highway 1019 sounds. We will talk more, Charlie.